quick introduction. I'm CEO consultant of RefineM, an organization that does project management and process improvement consulting and training. I have more than 20 years of experience in project management, leading projects, recovering projects, coaching, mentoring project managers. And I'm going through this very quickly because I have a lot to cover in today's presentation. So let's get into it without wasting much of time. So you can see there are several types of Agile certifications. Mainly what are listed here are the body or the organization that awards those certifications. So will PMI, ICAgile, DSDM, Scrum Alliance, Scrum.org, and the Scaled Agile Academy. Those are some of the organizations that award those certifications. And then maybe at the end we'll talk about which certification is best for you, and I'll open up a little dialogue at that time, and then conclusion. So there's a lot to cover today, so let's move on. So as I was talking, there are a lot of certifications available. There are some which are a lot of them that are not specific to one methodology, and there are more that could be coming. So how do you find the best one for you? So that's a question that is in everybody's mind, and we'll see if you can answer that question at the end. So once again, this is the list from different organizations, different kind of certifications, and we'll get into each one of them now. So the first one is PMI-ACP, PMI-ACP Certified Practitioner. So it is from Project Management Institute. It began in 2012. There was a trial that was done through November 2011, and then it was introduced in 2012. And it cuts across different methodologies, covers Scrum, XP, Lean, Kanban, DSDM. So it is not for just one methodology, but across multiple. It requires both Agile and project experience, not PM experience. So it's 1,500 hours of experience with Agile teams. So if you worked in Agile teams for 1,500 hours in last 3 years, this could be just 1 year too. But in last 3 years, if you have spent 1,500 hours and 2,000 hours working in project management teams, then you can get this. You can apply for this certification. So you need a secondary degree, 1,500 hours of Agile experience, and 2,000 hours of general project experience, and 21 contact hours or education hours. That's what you need to apply for the exam. Exam is 120 questions. There are 50% on tools and techniques and 50% on knowledge and skills. And if you are preparing for exam, those are spelled out. What are those tools and techniques that are included in the exam, and the knowledge and skills. Passing score, though not officially known, but it could be around 62%, but nobody knows about it. This is something that people, word of mouth kind of thing. And it's 3 hours exam for 120 questions, and at the end of the exam, based on how many you scored right, you are passed or not passed. So this is one of the certification that is pretty popular, and it is getting more and more popular. So this is good for you or not? You are the best judge, but this is a very well known and respected and growing very fast, and it is good for a fit for those who have PMP already, because they cover that 2,000 hours of experience already, and they know about the PMI framework, PMBOK framework. There are some parts in this exam that come from that framework also. So if you are a PMP, this may be a good choice. It is methodology agnostic, covers various kind of methodologies. Now the second one, ICAgile. Now this is this organization has several certifications. It has about 20 certifications, and so this is little confusing, but I will try to explain this to you so you understand it. So it is from International Consortium of Agile. That is what ICAgile stands for. It is assessment driven by course instructor. I think this is what a key thing over here is. Instructor decides how to assess the attendees. So there are 3 levels. The entry level is ICAgile Certified Professional, or ICP. It is the entry level and requires a course, to attend a course. And there are 13 certifications in this area. And just hold on for a minute, I'll show you what all those are. So there are 13 certifications in this area. And then the second level is ICAgile Expert. And this demonstrates working experience also. So here you require working experience. In first one, you don't require working experience, but here you require working experience. There are 8 of those certifications. And there are 8 learning tracks, and I'll show you what those learning tracks are. And so 1 certification in each learning track. And then there's a highest level of certification called as Agile Master, Certified Master Agilist. And there's just 1 certification. So let me show you how these look like, and I want to go on their website to show you this. So here is their website, ICAgile, and you can see the 3 levels of certifications over here. ICAgile Certified Professional, ICAgile Certified Expert, and ICAgile Certified Master. Now if you go, so now here is the 8 tracks that we were talking about. 7 tracks, okay. So this is the 1 certification, which is the basic certification you start with. And this is about the Agile fundamental track. So 1 track and 7 of these tracks here. So this is a fundamental track. Then you have Enterprise Agile Coaching track, Agile Value Management track, Agile Management track, Agile Coaching track, Development track, Testing track, and Leadership track. So there are several tracks here, and if you want to know what are the first level certifications, so you can see wherever you see the certification mark here, these are the 12, these are the 6 plus 6, 12 here. There are 12 certifications here and this one here. So 13. That's how you get 13 certifications. And so it's a lot of certifications, and we'll not be able to cover each one of them in this presentation. But I wanted you to go and look at, show this to you. For the entry level, these are the 13 certifications, 12 here and 1 here. Now, if you want to go to the expert level, then on the expert level, you have to have this one plus any of these tracks. So if you do 2 of these, then you get ICAgile Certified Expert Coaching, Enterprise Agile Coaching. So this is 1 expert level, this is 2nd expert level, this is 3rd expert level, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, more here. So this is these are those 8 expert level certifications. And then you have master level certification. So master level certification is over and above all of these. So if you get any 2 of these, then you can get master level certification. You don't need to have all of these, but you need to get at least 2 of these, any 2 of these. So if you get any 2 of these, you can go for master level certification. So there are a lot of certifications. I wanted to show you through their website so you know what I'm talking about. Let's go back to the PowerPoint where we were. So the ICP level, it is knowledge based. It requires a 2-day course. Though all those 13 certifications, so each one of them will require a 2-day course for you to go through. And these are the ones that we just talked about, 13 of these. And the instructor basically decide how to assess it. He may give a test, he may talk to people. So it is not one single method that an instructor will use, and you may find one instructor using one method, other instructor using other method. Okay, the second level, Agile certification, ICE, the expert level. Here you must earn ICP first and all certifications associated with the track. So you want to be, on one track. You can see that you have to complete that track to get the expert level certification. And these are the 7 of these certification across those 7 tracks. So you could see that tracks that I was showing you. So those are the 7 against that track, and you get certified for each track separately. So there are 7 of these possible. And then you have the master level certification, which is innovation based and recognizes mastery in multiple agile disciplines. And you must earn at least 2 of these ICE or expert level certifications before you can apply for master level certification. And you must demonstrate competency before a panel. So you need to have experience. You need to have 2 of ICE certifications and competency in front of a live panel. So this is a little more rigorous certification. So about the exams or the assessment, the assessments may or may not contain the written exam. The instructor can pick up the assessment method, whatever they would like to pick, and they can also set a passing score if they are doing the written exam or doing the oral exam or whatever they are doing. It's a little more subjective, but that is how this is structured. And this is instructor decision for granting the certification. So it is not that you take an exam like PMI-ACP prep or ACP exam or some exam where you just go take the exam, and if you pass, then the machine determines whether you passed or not. But in this case, instructor decides whether to grant the certification or not. Okay, I'll be looking at the questions. Is it best for me? It depends, and this can be used with many different methodologies. Focuses on learning and not as widespread as other certifications. I can think of that there are so many of those. Now moving on to DSDM. So this is another organization or body that provides certifications. And let's see this. There are 2 main types of DSDM certifications. One is generic Agile certification, which is the basics. And then there is an Agile PM certification, facilitating that project execution. So 2 main types, and within each type, there are 2 levels. So 2 levels under generic and 2 levels under PM certification. And those 2 levels are, one is called as foundation level, which requires passing an exam. And then there is an advanced practitioner level that requires you to have 12 months of Agile experience or 3 days training and 6 months experience. So one of these 2 you do, and then that gives you expert level certification. So both levels in both of these types of certifications. Okay, so there are more certifications from DSDM. So there is a DSDM trainer, there is a DSDM coach, and there is DSDM consultant. And the experience and all those things varies based on what kind of certification you are going in for. So, but there are a lot of those certifications offered by DSDM. Is DSDM best for me? So what are the things that you want to look for? This is, first of all, this is more popular in Europe than in US or other parts of the world. And It is designed to fit with PMP as well as Prince2. You know, Prince2 is a project management certification which is more popular in Europe, and so it fits with PMP as well as Prince2. Maybe better if you live and work in UK, because this is more recognized, more popular in UK or Europe, less popular in United States. Now, Scrum Alliance, I think this is one which is very popular in United States and also other countries. Scrum Alliance offers multiple certifications, and this is something which is very, very popular and all across. So let's look at some of the Scrum Alliance certifications. This is one of the oldest Agile certifications, and some of the certifications require a course. So these are the certifications that require a course, and these are one of the called as basic level certifications. So there are 3 of those. One is Certified Scrum Developer. This is mainly for the people who are involved in development or work as a part of the team in Scrum. And then Scrum Master certification. This is the certification for if you are playing the role of a Scrum Master. So then this certification is useful for that role. And if you are playing the role of a product owner, then product owner certification is something that is useful for you. So any of these, so there are 3 basic level certifications. And one more thing, this is the Scrum Alliance certifications talk about only Scrum. They normally don't include other methodologies like XP and Lean and some more. So this is basically just focusing on Scrum. And then there's second level of certification called as Scrum Certified Professional, and that requires one of the certifications above and 36 months of experience in that area. So experience plus one of those certifications, and it also requires some CEUs, they call it. I think we are missing that point here. So there's some CEUs that you have to earn to get that. I think maybe 70 CEUs or something like that. And then the next level of certifications from Scrum Alliance are CST and CSC, Certified Scrum Trainer and Certified Scrum Coach. And both of these require CSP and teaching or coaching experience. So if you're teaching experience, you go to CST, coaching experience, you go to CSC. Now, on next page, we have a little graphic that explains it a little more. So you can see here, certified, the 2-day course to get CSM, Certified Scrum Master. So this is a 2-day course that is taught by a certified Scrum Trainer. So somebody who has achieved Certified Scrum Trainer is eligible to teach for Scrum Master, is eligible to teach for Scrum Master, Certified Scrum PO, and also Certified Scrum Developer. So these are 2-day courses, but for developer it is a 5-day course. So that's the distinction. There's 2-day courses here and 5-day courses here. And then at the end of the course, you take a test. And then if you pass the test, you get the certification. So CSM, CSPO, or CSD. So the next level is Certified Scrum Professional. So any of these 36 months of experience in 36 months of experience in last 5 years. I don't know why that is, but about 36 months of experience and 70 Scrum education units. And the Scrum Alliance website defines what those Scrum units are. There are different categories. It is similar to PDUs if you have done professional development units for PMP or RMP or ACP. So similar to that, there are 70 Scrum education units that you need to have in last 3 years. So you need one of these certification, you need 36 months of experience and 70 Scrum units. So that is what you need to apply for Scrum Master. There is Scrum Professional. There is no additional exam or something that you have to take. So exam is only once when you did this. And once you become CSP, then you have a path to go either to a coach, or a trainer, or a coach. So for a trainer, you require to teach minimum 100 students under a you have to teach in guidance of a Scrum trainer, and a student either could be CSPO if training for CSPO candidates, or any other. So basically you need to train 100 students in one of these here, and then you become a trainer. And in this case, if you want to go for coach, then you need to spend 1,500 hours of Scrum coaching in last 5 years, and some community engagement and client references. And if you achieve this, you have this, you apply for these certifications, and you get a CSC. So no more exams after this. So I wanted to show you the path to getting to the highest level certifications from the Scrum Alliance. Let's take if there are any. So let me look at the questions. There are several of these. How can we get, Kannan, how can we get 21 hours of education? And I think this refers to ACP exam. You can get 21 hours, education hours, by attending any training or education that relates to Agile. So you can go ahead and attend a ACP exam prep class. You can go and attend any other Agile training. That will give you those 21 contact hours. Like if you even go and attend a 2-day Scrum, one of these trainings over here, and they give you 16 hours of education that you can use to apply for ACP exam. So any education hour for Agile, wherever you might have got it from, either in-house training or some other provider, you go for a public training or exam prep, ACP exam prep. So if you are actually going for ACP, then the best will be to take an ACP exam prep, because that allows you to not only get the contact hours, but also helps you prepare for the certification. One more question here, Liz. Is DSDM an acronym for an organization? Let's see, DSDM. I don't know that. No, let me have Philip research that while we are talking, and he can come back. But this is an DSDM consortium. Is an organization. It's an organization. It's a consortium, and he will research. In the meantime, I'll get back to you. And also, there is one more question that came from Terry. How does it apply to a manufacturing project? Now, these certifications are mainly for Agile related areas, and if you are using Agile in manufacturing environment, then you can use these certifications. I don't know how much of Agile you can use in manufacturing, but I think some of it you can use. Maybe we can have the discussion later if we have time. But these certifications are about Agile or Scrum. Yes, Philip found out about the DSDM. It stands for Driving Strategy Delivering More. Okay, so that's what DSDM stands for, so it is a consortium, and they offer a whole lot of certifications in Agile area. Okay, So I just wanted to stop, give it a pause. I pushed a lot of information in last 20-25 minutes. So I wanted to give a pause and see if there are more questions. Okay, let's keep moving along. So we talked about the Scrum Alliance certifications. Now, this is best for me, I mean anybody. Yes, if you are involved in a Scrum. I think this is important because if you see the statistics, more than 50% of the teams use a Scrum. And that is why these certifications are also popular. So if in your organization you are using Scrum and you primarily and you don't use other methodologies, this may be the best one for you. This is very well known, very well respected. Lot of job openings require CSM certification or CSPO certification. So this is highly popular if you are looking for a job, or if you are thinking to switch a job. You already have a job and switching. Then this may be one of the certifications that will open you up for many more opportunities as compared to other certifications. And of course, usually requires taking a course and passing an exam. Only CSP requires previous. And one thing I will tell you about the exam here, it's not a lengthy exam. I know about CSM, I took it myself. It's about 35 questions, and all the exams are open book exam. So it's not a closed book exam, it's an open book exam. Pretty straightforward. If you have attended those 2 or 5 days trainings, it's very straightforward to pass the exam. So any questions on Scrum Alliance? I thought I'll spend more time on that because it is more popular and it involves a Scrum, which is more popular method of doing Agile projects. Okay, so keep your questions coming in and we'll get back to those questions. So the other popular is the Scrum ORG, and there is a difference between Scrum Alliance and Scrum ORG, so they're two different bodies. These Scrum.org also has certifications which are more role specific and very specific to Scrum. So this is another certification body that provides certification only in Scrum area, just like Scrum Alliance. And there are certifications like Professional Scrum Master, Level 1 and 2. This is for Scrum Masters. Professional Scrum Product Owner, PSPO, Level 1 and Level 2. And Professional Scrum Developer, that is only one level. So there are 5 certifications here that we are talking about, and no course required here. So you don't have to attend any class. You just take the test and pass it. CSM used to be like that a couple of years ago, but now they would like you to attend a 2-day class for Scrum Master, Product Owner, 2-day, Developer 5 days. But for this one, you don't require a class, but you can just take an exam, and when you pass the exam, you get the certification. So if you are in a Scrum and pass the exam, yes. If you don't have time to take the 2-day class, or you don't want to spend that much money, then you can directly go ahead and take the test and pass the exam. And not as well known as a Scrum Alliance certificate. I'll say it is not as much popular and as these Scrum Alliance certifications. So if your purpose is to basically learn more and and get a certification that is more recognized, I will say you go for Scrum Alliance certification rather than Scrum ORG certifications. Now the other part, some of the certifications that are becoming popular is the Scaled Agile, And Scaled Agile Framework, SAFE, is a framework for scaling Agile. It was created by Scaled Agile Academy. And so Scaled Agile Academy is the body that provides certifications on SAFE. It's called a SAFE, Scaled Agile Framework. That's a acronym for Scaled Agile Framework, and it provides various kind of certifications. So we'll see what the three are most popular ones are here: Scaled Agile, SAFE Agilist, SAFE Practitioner, and SAFE Program Consultant. And there are more, so we'll talk about those. It is geared towards scaling Agile at enterprise level. So that is what these are about. And Scaled Agile Organization, also known as SAI, and requires project and Agile experience, courses, and exam. So pretty extensive. This is one of the extensive exams that you'll take. So SAFE Agilist is there, one of the basic exam. It is for executives, managers, and Agile change agents who want to implement SAFE in their organizations. And then there is a SAFE Practitioners, which is more for developers, testers, project managers, team members. So these two both. So this is basically for the people in executive or management roles, and this is for the developer, testers, and team members role. So for different roles, different kind of certifications. And then there is a product manager, product owner also certification, the people who are the product managers or product owners. So for different kind of roles, different kind of certifications. And then there are, this is SAFE Program Consultant, which is basically for internal coaches or external coaches. So if you are working in an organization and you want to be that change agent and leading that change and bringing enterprise Agile into the company, then you are the one who will take the SPC class, or you can be an SPC trainer, SAFE Program Consultant and Trainer. And to do this, you must be recommended by a gold partner, SAFE's gold partner. There are companies that are gold partner, and they must recommend you as one of the candidates for SPCT. Most of the certifications on this page over here, 3 of these, require a 2-day class. So you have to go through a 2-day class and then take the test. And here, this one requires a 4-day class. So you have to go through a 4-day class and take a test. And this one basically doesn't need any kind of test. Once you have this, then you need a recommendation from a gold partner from SAFE. So those are the certifications in scaling Agile. Next, the SAFE best for you. If you are an Agile newcomer, then probably not. So you need some other basic certifications before you get to SAFE. You may need to learn more about Agile, like Scrum or ACP or some other certifications before you come for the SAFE certification. This is a little advanced level certification than those. And this may not be useful to you if you are not involved in scaling Agile. If you are working in small teams and not working in big corporate, or not working in a team that is 100, 200, 400, 500 people, and using a scaled Agile, then probably it's not good for you, or not useful for you. Very specific towards scaling Agile. So that's what is the whole purpose of this certification. So question to ask to pick up a particular Agile certification or not. So let's talk about those questions. What are the questions to ask before you decide which certification is the best for you. So where I am, knowing where you are helps you with what you need. So where you are, what you're doing, what's your role, and so that will determine what certification could be best, and also what you want to do, what's your career path, what's your roadmap. So if you're a developer and you want to become a Scrum Master, then CSM may be the best. And if you want to get into scaling Agile, or you are involved in scaling Agile, then SA or SP may be the best. So it really depends upon where you are and where you want to go. If you are in Europe, then probably DSDM certifications may be a better choice. Scrum Master may not be a better choice. And if you are in Scrum, CSM, PSM is from scrum.org. If you have little experience, then ACP may, or if you have PMP certification, then ACP may be the best. If you are scaling or you are involved in scaling, then SAFE may be the best. One of the SAFE certifications. Depends upon where you are and where you want to go. I think that's the key thing to identify. And there's so many of this, and it is overwhelming and confusing which certification is the best. Or you may not need a certification. So that all depends upon what you want to do. So at this point of time, I want to I want to open up the floor for some more questions. So I have a couple of questions here that are popped up. What about study material for scrum.org? So I think for those I will say that you to go to that, you have scrum.org, so you go and you can find out that. And most of the time, if you are going for the other certification, I don't know about scrum.org more, but I know about Scrum Alliance. So when you go from their course, then you will get those certification, those course material. So the provider of the training will provide you those course materials. If a person is new to Agile, which is the best? So if you are new to Agile, then any of the basic certifications will be good. So either you can pick up the Scrum Alliance certifications, so like Scrum Developer or Scrum Master or Scrum Product Owner. They don't require any previous experience. So if you are new to those, new to Agile, those are the best one for you to pick up. And Scrum Master required 2 days training, Scrum Product Owner required 2 days training, Developer required 5 days training. So you go through those training, and one of the advantages of doing those trainings is that if you are new, you get to know more about Agile, and you get a certification too. So if you are new, I will suggest that not scrum.org, Scrum Alliance is the best way to go forward. If you have little experience, then you can go for ACP, which covers more methodologies and requires also experience. So if you are new, I will say go to Scrum Alliance. One more question here from Liz. What course of action would you suggest if your organization does not use Agile at all and you want to learn about Agile? I think the course of action will be to get knowledge about Agile if you want to learn Agile. And if your organization is not practicing, then you will not get a chance to practice Agile. And if that is something you want to do, then you may have to think about finding another job or going to another organization that practices Agile, if you really want to do that. Now, if your organization is good, you are very happy over there, and you don't want to change it, then I think for knowledge sake, you can always go ahead and do one of the Scrum Alliance certifications, because that will give you the knowledge and also give you the certification. So at some point of time, if you feel very highly, you desire to work on Agile teams or be part of Agile teams or be a Scrum Master on Agile teams, then if you have the certification, it will be easier for you to find a job and get into one of those companies that practice Agile. So once again, it depends upon you what you really want to do. Do you just want to learn Agile, or you really want to practice Agile? So if you want to just learn Agile, one of those certifications are good enough. You can also read, there are a lot of material on scrum.org. There is a Scrum handbook that you can read. There is another organization called as Agile Alliance, and there's a lot of material on their website. You can read that. So as far as the learning is concerned, I will say you pick up one of the Scrum certifications like Scrum Master or Scrum Certified Product Owner or Developer, whatever these are, and you will get enough knowledge. Even PMI-ACP exam prep you can attend, but then if then you will still learn a lot. But in those courses, people will talk about more about the certification. Or you can just take Agile Fundamentals class, 2 days, 1 day fundamental class like the one we have over here. Wherever you are, you can find a 1 or 2 days Agile Fundamental class which may not need any certification. You can take that class and learn Agile. So once again, it depends upon what you're looking for. Liz, are you going to offer Agile Fundamental in Kansas City? Actually, I offered one in April, and I'm going to offer one. I don't know when that is. Philip and I are putting it on our calendar. Probably it's going to be in fall sometime. Yes, we are going to offer that in fall, a 2-day Agile Fundamental class, and I'll make sure, Liz, you get notified about that. But if you are on, you will be on our mailing list, so you will get that information. Any other question before we move on to the other part of, I'm on your mailing list. Okay, that's great. That's great. Wonderful. Any other question anybody has? This was, I know, a very hurried presentation because I wanted to make sure I cover all ground, and there is so many of these certifications, so much confusion around. So I just wanted to make sure that I cover all of these certifications. So I guess what we are going to do now is let's talk about our next June Lunch and Learn. It will be about a tiered approach to implement PMBOK. So if you are a project manager and you are struggling to implement PMBOK and one size doesn't fit all, then this will be a webinar that you'd like to attend, where I will talk about how to implement PMBOK in a tiered manner. So the smaller projects may not need same level of rigor as the larger projects. And so we'll talk more about that in this webinar. So if you have not registered, go ahead and register for this webinar. How do you claim one PDU for this? So this is the information that you need to put to claim your PDUs, and we'll mail the link for the PowerPoint, a copy of the PowerPoint slides to you, and this will be part of the slide. So if you have not noted it, don't worry about it. It will be with you this afternoon. And now we are going to go do the drawing for our loyal attendees. So we have 5 names that came up with the 5 people who attended our webinars, 3 webinars in a row. Thank you very much for being our loyal attendees, and we do want to recognize you. We know it's an investment of your time, and I try to present the webinars that provide you value, and still I want to give and recognize your loyalty. So keep attending our webinars, and we'll ensure you that you get value out of these, and also some prizes. So any other questions related to Agile certifications or Agile? So we have a few more minutes left. I want to make sure we finish before 1, so you can go back to work. Any other questions on Agile certifications? You're more than welcome to write me questions. I'll be here for another 3-4 minutes, all until everybody logs out. And also, you can write to me if you want to a topic on which you want to have the webinar. Really, I should be able to develop a webinar on a topic of your choice. So if you want to write here in the chat box, you can write that here right now, or you can email me, and we'll go ahead and see how we can address that topic in one of the webinars. So there's a question here. I have a PMP and PMI-ACP certificate. Is it worth getting CMS certification as well when looking for employment? Yes, I think Sandy, I will say if you're looking for a job in a Scrum Master role, then I think it is worth to get CSM certification, because what I have seen that if you're applying for a Scrum Master, most of the time people will say that you should have a CSM certification. ACP, some people accept ACP for that role, but there may be some who will not accept ACP. So I was actually, it happened to me, I was not looking for a job, but I was looking for a consulting engagement, and it was coaching a team, and the person over there asked me that, do I have CSM? And I said, no, I don't have CSM, I have ACP. And they said that the manager who is hiring is very particular about a CSM certification. So I just went ahead and did a CSM certification. Why to lose that opportunity? Or because it is very difficult to explain to somebody that ACP is similar to CSM, or whatever that is. So if you are looking for a job and looking for a job to play the Scrum Master role, I think you should go ahead and get the CSM. That will give you more opportunities, and you will be able to find a job easier if you have CSM. Your ACP will help for sure, but with CSM added, it will improve your chances of getting another job significantly. So Sandy, I'll say that go ahead and commitment of time and effort. Is just a 2-day class that you attend. At the end of it, take the test. So it is not, I will say, commitment wise, it is much lesser than your ACP exam. PMP is pretty difficult. So and you already have ACP, so you already have that knowledge. So just attend a class. It may be a refresher for you. I don't know where you are, but there may be a local, you may get a local CSM class. I had one of consultant who is working in my team over here with me, and he was looking for finding more opportunities and all that. So, and with me, still working with me, but more consulting opportunities. So I suggested him to go ahead and do CSM, and I suggested him actually last week. It was Monday or Tuesday, and he just found a course in Dallas and attended the course on Thursday and Friday. And Friday he got the CSM certification. So if you just need a 2-day class to attend, and if you can attend that class, it's very easy. It will help you a lot, Sandy. So I will say go ahead and do it. Thank you very much.